Is the consensus too low on the Phoenix Suns' chance of winning the title? Acknowledging defense and health concerns, picturing Beal, Gordon taking open corner threes in place of Okogie, Payne, Paul, etc. against Denver makes it hard to envision how they'll be defended. What do you guys think? Is the consensus too low on Phoenix? I mean, I think right now to start the season, we've all been disappointed, but there's injury stuff. But this is all kind of what we expected. They don't have many guys. I mean, it just
I think the
they just don't
consensus
have any
is still too
guys.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, the open corner three bit, that's fine. That's 2 shots a game where you're shooting 40% instead of 35%. That's neat. And but every other possession, would you rather have Brad Beal or Josh Okogie guarding the the other team's, like, probably their second best player, since Booker seems to be, and credit to him, seems to be taking on. And frankly, you might want to give him some breaks and have Okogie chase the main guy a little bit. So no, I don't. That's why we didn't love the Beal deal. Is just like, if you're telling him to stand in the corner and shoot threes, you net probably do better from that spot with a guy who's does not have as much athletic talent or as offensive talent, because you're not really using most of his talent.
Yeah, I think we tend to lean on so much of like, but they're going to get so many open threes, and this is going to be, and how are everybody's going to guard everything and stuff like that. Man, they'll figure that stuff out. It's first off, if you're telling me my playoff life depends on Josh Okogie in the corner, I'm looking for insurance. I'm scared. Like, that's an issue in that sense. Like, it's not something, and yeah, he could shoot it well from the corner. Eric Gordon's going to get all these threes. Eric Gordon was also on a team that missed 27 straight threes in a game, like in a game 7. Like, I'm just saying, like, we always kind of bank on that stuff. For me, I look at it, defense matters so much in the playoffs, so much more than we actually care to acknowledge. And it's so different in the regular season versus the playoffs. But like, the Denver Nuggets had a great offense. There also was really freaking good defensively. And I think that matters a ton. And I think that's the stuff we're looking at. So when I look at Phoenix, I don't see it. I still don't see it with Nurkic, although he's playing really well offensively. I still have questions of what's going to happen for them in the playoffs with him. I don't think they have enough guys. People want to talk about, let's take the health out. You can't with these guys. Bradley Beal always misses a ton of games. Booker misses games, and KD has missed a bunch of games over the past few years. Like, health is such a massive thing for them. Like, I don't even know if we're going to have a healthy Phoenix Suns roster. And even if we did, I don't think they make a difference in the playoffs beyond being like a second round team.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I just don't think they have enough. I didn't think they have enough coming into the season. The Beal thing is funny. Like, if they could replace Beal with 2 pretty good players, 3, I think that they're a little bit better off. And I know that's contrary to what we've been taught, right? But if they had, like, Dorian Finney-Smith and, maybe 2 other like high-level role players, you could see like this team would just have a little bit more balance.
I'm smiling because, like, that's what we said going into the offseason is they need to trade Ayton for a couple good, and they traded Ayton for a couple, and
not a couple good though.
I mean, that was
the thing, right?
That was the thing. I mean, I couldn't be any lower on Ayton. And I was screaming how dumb that was and didn't understand it for them. Remember, I went on the podcast and said, you got to take them out of the contender status. Like, that's not a championship starting center in Jusuf Nurkic. And maybe he was 3 years ago, but he ain't now. And I think that's just a massive one.